Welcome back everyone to another video. In this video I'll be talking about Resident Evil 3 Remake. This game was announced earlier this morning and I've been watching the trailer ever since. This game looks amazing. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Luckily we won't have to wait too long because it's scheduled for a release date of April 3rd, 2020. So I'm looking forward to that. Can't wait to play it. From watching the trailer, like I said, it looks amazing. I think all the character models look really good. Jill looks great. Carlos was very much so improved. And I even think Nemesis looks pretty good. I know a lot of people were hating on the design because he has a nose and a couple other things, but we got to remember, you know, Nemesis is going to go through a bunch of different transformations and evolutions as we continue to gun him down throughout the game. So that's not like his only design he's going to have. He's going to change, but even then I would say that this design looks pretty good. So I think the designs of the three main characters look good, and even the side characters like Brad, we get to see him for a second in this trailer. Thought his character design looked pretty good too. So I think the character designs in this game look really good. I like the color palette, the lighting of this game. I think it looks a lot better from the trailer at least than Resident Evil 2 Remake. Resident Evil 2 Remake was just so pitch black in so many areas that it was annoying. It wasn't scary, it was just annoying. Particularly in the police station, a lot of those hallways in Resident Evil 2 were just super dark and you couldn't really see where you were going. This game looks like it has a bit brighter color palette and you can see more of what you're doing, and I like that. It still retains a dark feel, a dark atmosphere, but it's not pitch black. It's not blinding you, you know, in the dark. You can actually still see, and so I like that. I think this one has a better color palette from the trailer at least, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward also to exploring Raccoon City and seeing what new things could lurk around. Could we go into new locations such as a fire department or a school or a library or anything like that? I don't think we went into any of those. I know the clock tower, I think, was sort of like a library. I think there was like a section with like a lot of books in there, so you might count that as like a library, but I don't think we were ever in a fire department or a school. So I think it'd be cool to go into different locations with this game and explore more of the city through Resident Evil 3. So I'm hoping we get to do that. I'm hoping we get to see more of the city and explore more locations and see more things, because that'd be really cool and I would enjoy it. Another thing that I'm looking forward to is Carlos and what kind of role will he play, because Ada and Sherry in Resident Evil 2 Remake got dramatic gameplay story change-ups. You know, in the original Resident Evil 2, Ada and Sherry had the same section where they push those crates and then they get you a key, and that's all they did. But in Resident Evil 2 Remake, they really improved on it, where Ada would chase Annette Birkin and she had all these gadgets, and it was really cool to play Ada's gameplay story. And then Sherry, you know, she had her little section where she was running away from the police of the chief police of Raccoon City, Brian Irons. She was getting away from him in that foster home area. So that was a cool little setup. So they both got dramatic gameplay change-ups from the original. So I'm really curious to see what will Carlos get, because in the original Resident Evil 3, all he really did was go in a hospital to get the antidote for Jill, and that was really all he did. So I'll be curious to see what they add to Carlos in his story. Could he even potentially get his own campaign maybe? And so we have like a Jill story and a Carlos story type of thing. I mean, I don't know if they'll do that or not, but it's on the table. It could potentially happen, and I think it'd be pretty cool if we got a Carlos campaign. But I'm looking forward to see what they'll do with the character, because he looks awesome. So I can't wait to see what we get to see with Carlos. Another thing that I'm looking forward to is, or not really looking forward to, but I found this kind of interesting, was Project Resistance is going to be part of Resident Evil 3. And the reason I find that interesting is, will this replace Resident Evil 3's Mercenaries mode? Because I could see that happening, and if it does, it won't really bother me, because I didn't really play Resident Evil 3's Mercenaries mode, to be honest, that often. Once or twice maybe. I didn't really start playing Mercenaries mode until 4 came out. when 4 came out, that's when I started to get into the Mercenaries mode. So if Project Resistance were to replace Mercenaries mode in this game, I would be okay with that. And since Project Resistance will be in this game, I'll probably give it a shot and just see what it's like. Had it been a solo game, I probably wouldn't have gotten Project Resistance, because watching the trailer to that game, there was nothing that really caught my eye and made me want to get it ever. But since it will be bundled with Resident Evil 3 as, you know, a part of this game, I'll go ahead and give it a shot. But even then, I don't think I really care much for it. So there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. That collector's edition looks really good. That Jill statue, I'm very interested in it. I did not buy the collector's edition to Resident Evil 2 Remake, so I never got that Leon statue, but I am kind of considering getting this one, but I don't know. $180, $200, that's a lot of money. I don't know if I want to get it or not, but still, it looks good. I think it's a cool looking collector's item, so that's a tempting thing. Plus, it's got the art book in it. I always like those because, you know, I like looking at the art designs and things of that nature. That's why I like the Resident Evil books that I've got. Check out those art concepts that they have from all the games and stuff like that. So that's another bonus if you get the collector's edition. But regardless, no matter what, if you pre-order any edition, whether it's the collector's edition or just the standard game, you will be getting the DLC of Jill's iconic skirt that she has in the original Resident Evil 3. So I'll definitely be pre-ordering this game regardless, because 1, it's Resident Evil, and 2, you get the classic costume to Jill. So of course I'll be getting this pre-ordered regardless, but I cannot wait to get my hands on it. April 3rd, I'll be counting down the days now. But I think that's pretty much all I can think of that I'm really looking forward to in this game. You know, now there is one other thing now that I think about it, and it's with Nemesis. I really hope that he works like he did in the original, with the whole fight or flight type of situation where you had your options. I hope they don't make him like Mr. X in Remake. In Resident Evil 2 Remake, Mr. X, you can't take him out. The most you can hope for is you shoot him a couple times and he gets on his knees and that's it. But in the original Resident Evil 2, you could actually knock out Mr. X and you could get ammo from him or something. Same thing with Nemesis. In the original Resident Evil 3, you could knock out Nemesis and you could get ammo or something from him. I'm hoping Resident Evil 3 Remake keeps it like the original, and you can still knock out you can knock out Nemesis and you can get, you know, whatever ammunition he might be carrying on him, and you get like a reward for fighting or flighting type of response type of thing. So hopefully that sticks to the game, and hopefully the whole option thing also stays, you know, where it's like option A, fight Nemesis, option B, jump out the window. Hopefully that stays in this game too, because I really like that element of it. But I think that's all I gotta say about it. I'm looking forward to it. I cannot wait to get my hands on it, like I said, and I want to end the video here, and I'll see you all in the next one. See you then.